I'm terrible when it comes to practicing regularly. I play guitar every day and I rarely, if ever, do any practice. But the point of today is that is changing. If I want to reach any of my goals in music, I need a routine. But I need a routine that not just covers everything that I need it to, but is also manageable and sustainable. Sustainable being the key word here. So what I've done is I've gone through a number of different videos and articles all talking about putting together an effective practice routine. And I've compiled all of that information with the intention of being influenced by that when it comes to putting together a routine that works for myself. Also, all of the videos will be linked in the description below if you guys want to check it out, and I highly recommend that you do because there is a lot of really good information in them. Now, the video that I started with is from Tyler over on the Music is Win channel, and when it comes to a regular routine, he recommends starting with just an hour a day, working in 4 units of 15 minutes each. These units can be whatever you want them to be, whatever you might need them to be, but ideally they should cover the essentials. Now, the essentials for me, as I've written them here, are exercises, techniques, scales, arpeggios, chords, theory, ear training, and sight reading. I deliberately left improvising off, but I'll get into that in just a little bit. And the idea here is that you introduce a bit of variety into your routine so it doesn't get tedious, it doesn't get stale, but you make sure to never skip one topic for more than 2 days in a row. So as an example, exercises, technique, scales, arpeggios for the first day. For the next day, arpeggios, chords, theory, ear training. Then ear training, sight reading, exercises, technique, scales, arpeggios, chords, and so on. And while 15 minutes per unit doesn't seem like too much time, I've tried practice routines in the past that are a lot longer and a lot more detailed, and they have never worked for me. I tended to burn out very quickly and lose all enthusiasm for practicing, so I'm pretty confident in this one because I feel like I'll be able to stay on top of it and keep up with the routine. But moving on to a video from Samurai Guitarist, he made the very good point of beginning with something or warming up before practicing with something that you are very enthusiastic about, something that you find exciting to play, because that sets the tone for everything to come after. If you start with something that's boring, if you start with something that doesn't get you excited, then everything else after that is just going to feel the same way. And Michael Palmisano echoed the same thing. He made the point of making sure you don't forget why you picked up your instrument in the first place. For the majority of us, it was because we wanted to have fun, we wanted to express ourselves, and that's something that we should never lose sight of. This is something that I wholeheartedly agree on. So I'm going to dedicate a further 15 minutes at the beginning of my practice routine to just noodling, playing anything that I naturally gravitate towards when I pick up the guitar, so that when I move on to practice, I have my creative juices flowing and I'm feeling good and I'm feeling like I'm in a good place. And I'm also going to dedicate another 15 minutes at the end of the practice routine solely to improvising, because I feel like this is one of the most important parts for me in developing my playing right now, and it's definitely something that I need to focus on daily. So to summarize where everything is right now, each day I begin with 15 minutes of warming up, noodling, just in general getting the creative juices flowing. Then I move on to the hour block with 4 15-minute passages where I focus on the essentials from that day. And then I move on to the 15-minute improvising passage to finish the day, where ideally I'd use some of the stuff that I just worked on to finish the total practice routine in an hour and a half. Overall, I'm pretty confident in this routine. I feel like it's something that I'll be able to stay on top of, and even if there are any issues with the way that it's structured, I think it should be pretty easy to chop and change and kind of adapt it to what I might need to. Now, I am going to be focusing on the schedule and the routine in more detail in a future video. I'm going to be looking at my personal improvement goals. I'm going to be looking at the individual essentials in more detail. And I'm going to be looking at how what I'm choosing to focus on is helping me work towards where I want to be and where I want to be going. There is a mountain of content that we can focus on here. So I'm sure that this video is going to be the first of many, and keep an eye out for the next one, which I'll be uploading soon. But apart from that, I think that about does it. As always, guys, I hope that there was something in this video that you were able to learn from, maybe use in your own routine planning, maybe use in your own playing. If there's something that you would like to share from your own routine or anything like that, comment below, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Also, do check out the videos in the description below, because there is a lot of great information there, and it's definitely worth looking into. And apart from that, I guess just thanks for sticking around, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.